Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Nike, U.S. Global Command 7.4. Okay, here we are. First order of business is tech. What do we got here? Advanced SLBMs, SDI, Advanced Manufacturing, Advanced Airborne. There are 2 dice on Advanced SLBMs. Okay, there's Advanced SLBMs and everything else missed. So Advanced SLBMs is complete. So I won't do it on camera, but you all know now the SLBMs down here in the counter value box will be changed out for the advanced model. And that is also puts U.S. Global and PAC now 2/3 of the way to getting their nuclear balance strategic objective. Because they already have AMD, now they have Advanced SLBM, they got to get SDI to finish it. Okay, because the Soviet Union once again holds Shiraz, an oil field zone, the U.S. gets 1 die for theater release. They miss it with a 9. Okay, now military aid and purchase. So let's look at the mess we got here. For NATO, the U.S. is going to spend 4 to finish their cruiser on the build chart. For Pacific Command, U.S. is spending 6 to send them a destroyer. Now, this is considered part of the U.S. purchase, but it's also kind of sort of military aid. Not really, but sort of. They're spending 12 on 2 next-gen MBTs for the POMCUS sites in Lazio and Benelux. Oh, wait, I forgot more aid. Sorry. Skip that for a second. Down here, we're building a fighter for Saudi Arabia and a fighter for UAE for 8 each, a total of 16. Now, the 2 POMCUS builds. At the major shipyard in A24, building 4 frigates for 12. Going to spend 3 on an S3 Viking and 2 on an ASW chopper. And that's purchase. Combat. There's going to be just a very little bit of combat, but there is going to be some. Okay, the strategic bomber from Diego Garcia takes off and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to eastern Saudi, where he is going to shoot 2 cruise missiles, 1 2 spaces into Basra in a surgical strike. And there's the Soviet card for Basra, and as you see, there isn't any, no SAMs, no SPAGs, no SAMs, so no missile defense. So that's an unopposed surgical strike. And then up north here, the strategic bomber in southern England is going to fly out here to A23 and shoot 2 cruise missiles, 1, 2, into northern Germany in a surgical strike. Now, there is a SAM there for Warsaw Pact, so they will have missile defense. And I believe that's it for combat. Yes, it is. Okay, so we will do Basra first. There's no defense, so we have 2 cruise missiles. Let's see. I forgot to say. They're going to have, well, wait a minute. There's PGM, so it's full target select on cruise missiles anyway. What am I thinking? So here we go, Basra. Both miss. Okay, now in northern Germany, the SAM gets 1 shot for each missile coming in. He shoots 1 down and 1 makes it through. So we have 1 missile attacking. It misses with a 10. Oof. Gonna have to get a hold of the boys in cruise missile targeting and give them a talking to. Okay, that's the end of combat. Non-combat. We're gonna move a few things around a little bit. I'll let you see everything down here, I think. Okay, first off, the frigate in A42 is going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces up here to A26. Both frigates from A40 are going 1, 2 spaces to A26. Then we shift up a bit. The SSN in A21 is sliding over to A20. The 2 frigates in A15 are moving to A19. On this fleet card in A24, we have 2 cruisers. One of them is coming out here 2 spaces to A26. On that fleet card, we also have 2 fleet carriers. One of them carrying an ASW chopper and an S3 Viking will move out here to A26. The ASW chopper, this should have been a combat move, so the carrier combat moved out there. The ASW chopper is going to go on patrol in A32, and the S3 is going to go on patrol in A25. Okay. All right, let me have a look. Okay, that's all of the sea non-combat. Now we're going to have a couple of airlifts. We have a light infantry here in Nicaragua. He is going to airlift over here to Makkah, Saudi Arabia. So get a chip under that guy. And then we have, I gotta get a sculpt. We have 2 Marines sitting down here in Cuba. One of them since that's only a minor airbase for us and not a major. One of those Marines is going to airlift into UAE at that minor airbase. All right, that's it for airlift. Now for sea lift. Okay, we can embark 6 units per turn. So, I forgot to chip that guy out. So we'll just do that now. So we are going to embark 3 next-gen MBTs. They're going 1, 2, 3 over here to A26. And then we are going to embark an MBT that also goes over there. And another one I missed chipping out. We're going to send 2 rocket artillery. That's 5. And Spag. So that's our 6 embarkations for this turn. Let me grab a sea lift marker. Nobody went ashore. Everybody is remaining afloat. So all of those guys are sea lifting. And that's it for non-combat movement. So now we place units. So we have an MBT at the Bomkus in Lazio. We have an MBT here at the Pomkus in Benelux. You know what? I forgot 2 rebases. I did. So the A-10 from Southern United States rebases to Benelux. And the attack bomber from Great Lakes goes into Southern England. I also forgot to land that B-52 back in Southern England. So now we're covered on that. Okay. 4 frigates are going in A-24. And here's there's the fleet card. So 4 frigates go on there. And also, the S-3 Viking gets built on the supercarrier along with the ASW chopper. So that's all right there in A-24. All right, now military aid delivery. Since we're over in this area, fighter gets delivered to the minor air base in Macau. Fighter gets delivered to the minor air base in UAE. The cruiser the cruiser has to be completed for NATO, has to be completed at their major shipyard there. So that should probably be completed in port, because in a major port is 2 AMD shots, whereas the cruiser by itself would only have 1. So it's in port there. And then the destroyer for pack is delivered to, you can't do it that way, you gotta do it this way. Caught myself. The pack is delivered to, or the destroyer for packs delivered to P25. I started to think about putting it at that minor shipyard in Tokyo, but you can't do that anymore. Military aid to an alliance member has to be delivered to their home country. Okay, everything's delivered. It's time to get some money. USG is at 50. They still have 1 tanker on the dashboard, plus the -2 for Shiraz. He is -4, which takes them down to 46. But Morning in America is +8, so that actually bumps them back up to 54. Okay, missiles. They shot 4 cruise missiles. 1, 2. They are building 4 cruise missiles per turn, so that evens out. They didn't shoot any anti-ship missiles. They built 1. So we'll change those grays out for a green. They've got 4 of those in stock now. And they pick up 4 more Tomahawks. Didn't shoot any of those. I'm gonna have to start shooting some Tomahawks one of these days. Okay, there we are. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.